everybody, and welcome to another super exciting edition of C4. Great today it is. And you know what? Unfortunately, the real Rob died 2 weeks ago. I'm just a lookalike. Now let's move to the left where we have... Hello.
Hello.
You're Liu Yan, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And are you happy to be here?
Yes, very much.
You look incredibly happy.
Thank you.
And also, we have Autumn. Hello, Autumn.
Hi.
And what about you?
I'm very happy as well.
We have finally entered your season here in Beijing.
We have, finally.
Okay. Did the Chinese make fun of you?
No. Everyone tells me that autumn is the prettiest season in Beijing.
Oh, friends with Oprah. Okay, let's move to the right where we have the young man himself, Zhou Heyang. Hello.
Hi, I'm a girl. I'm Heyang.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
Wow. And also we have Spoon from Trapoya.
Hello. Hello, I'm fine, thanks.
And what have you been working on recently?
Not much.
Did you go to a international coal conference yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Less said about that, the better. Okay, first story, please. Okay, Heyang, the young man, has buzzed in. What is it?
The young girl.
Not that young.
The girl. That is a street which is filled with trash.
Might as well move on to the next story then.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Stuart, before we do move on, would you like to tell us where this street is located?
It's in Shenzhen, I think.
Shenzhen, and it's in my least favourite part of Shenzhen, which is what district, Autumn?
Bao'an.
She got it right. She didn't have the confidence to say it like a real strong American. Bao'an! But she did it kind of... Bao'an. But you were right.
Why is that your least favourite part of Shenzhen?
It's right near the airport, and I stayed in a hotel there, and it was so backward. It was like the mean streets, and everyone was out and about, and everyone looked like a gangster. Luyan, have you ever been to Bao'an?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, Stuart.
I've never been to Bao'an, but why is this rubbish all on the floor?
Why is it a story? Autumn.
Yes. Well, apparently local residents had blocked off the landfill that everyone usually uses because it's an environmental hazard. Mm-hmm. But the solution to this problem was that they threw it all in the street, which
is also an environmental hazard.
Yes,
Yeah.
equally so.
Okay, shocking indeed. Have you ever seen anything like this in China, Zhou Heyang?
I have not seen a street like that ever in China.
Okay.
But I have seen people just litter stuff and...
Do what? Leader?
Litter? Well, just throw
Litter.
stuff.
Litter.
Litter.
Yeah.
Litter.
Okay.
You're confusing me. Lettering stuff.
Okay, we will not be making any deals with any English training schools today. Okay, Luyan,
Yeah?
what do you feel like when you see Chinese people walking down the street and just throwing their rubbish on the floor?
I want to slap them in the face. Because personally, I would never ever do anything like that.
Okay, would you like to demonstrate a slap in the face? Not on Autumn, obviously, just in the air. Okay, we're going to add the sound effects later. I hope we did, otherwise we're all going to look like tools. Okay, Stuart,
Yes.
have you ever fought with anyone who's littered?
No.
Have you ever littered?
Personally speaking, no, I've never littered. Ever. Maybe I dropped... No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I was brought up the correct way.
I'm sorry, that was the least interesting episode of all day.
Yeah. However, the reason I've never littered is because there was a ban, or not a ban. The collection services stopped picking up the rubbish around by us. So this could have happened when I was younger. But what happened instead was
Why are you
we
whispering?
had to
It's gonna be on air anyway.
we had to save space, so
Yeah.
we cut up all our rubbish.
Okay, that's fascinating.
It wasn't so fascinating.
It's almost like Dominic's in the room. Okay, but you were telling me earlier there's a disease where people hoard their rubbish.
Yes, as you just said, there's a disease where people hoard their rubbish.
Did you know, Luyan, that there's a disease where people hoard their rubbish?
Yes, I do know
It's
that.
not a disease, it's more of a
Ailment of
condition.
There are
Shine.
hoarders everywhere, and there's actually a show dedicated to hoarders and hoarding stuff.
Here in China?
No, in the United States.
Okay. No one... Why?
Oh, sorry. Well, Heyang said earlier, maybe this is a protest.
She can speak for herself! What would you like to say? What do
Speak
you
for
think
yourself.
this is?
Okay, I can do this myself. Basically, I think there is
Be a man.
a girl. There is the possibility that the locals are just, showing this, that they're not pleased with the way that the local governments have been dealing with, their littering situation.
Okay, well, therefore, in protest, we shall dump some rubbish on the floor of CRI, and maybe they'll fix the website. Anyway, next story, please. Okay, what is the relevance of this naked, wrinkly old peach? Yes.
Well, that is an elderly fellow.
An elderly fellow indeed.
How old?
84, I believe, and he's, in great health condition. And
How do you know? Have you seen his medical records? That's
no,
in
he
the-
looks very
He's got
healthy.
a lot of hair for an 84-year-old.
Well, I think they...
Anyway.
Incredible posture.
Okay.
The point of this story is that this 84-year-old
Yeah.
posed nude in front of some young students for the purpose of art.
It was legal.
Yes, and his own son told him that he was humiliated and that he will never be contacting him again.
You're using the voice of doom again. Okay. Liu Yan, would
Yes.
you like to tell us a little bit about this family?
Sure, he actually used to have 2 sons and 2 daughters, and his youngest son died in 2007.
Can we just have a moment of silence for him? Oh, that's enough.
So now his only son basically just stopped visiting him,
Yeah.
and also his daughters no longer talk to him.
But do you think that this was a happy family before he got his cock out, Autumn?
No, I don't believe so. Apparently, his family members used to only visit him very rarely, maybe once, a few times a month.
Is it because he didn't wear clothes?
I don't know why they didn't visit him.
Okay. Stuart,
He actually said, "Yeah, they didn't visit me anyway, so I don't care if they've cut me out of their
Okay.
lives." He doesn't mind.
He-young, you're Chinese, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Liu Yan, why do you think that this is offensive to Chinese people?
Well, first of all, most Chinese people think their bodies are quite sacred, especially when it comes to their family members' bodies. And also, second of all, he's getting some money for doing this.
So it's almost like prostitution.
I guess in their children's mind.
Shocking
yes.
indeed. But I'd like to ask Autumn, where is the line between pornography and art?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
It's surprisingly deep for this show, isn't it?
It is surprisingly
Okay.
deep. I don't know. I think that when it takes, I don't know, this is just my own definition here. I tend to think more when it's in the form of a painting and you have to have a lot of technique and thought behind it that you're producing art. But
Okay, can we stop there? Because we're going to have to edit
I
that.
think we can quote a judge here. When it comes to porn, I'll know it when I see it.
Well, hopefully we can flash up some pictures in the next part. Okay, what do you think, He-young? What's porn?
Oh, that's
It's not a very elegant topic, is it?
It's not, but that's certainly not porn. And I think he's very brave for doing what he's been doing. This older gentleman, and I think his son has been just incredibly backward thinking. And
Your lips are shaking. Are you excited to look at
This
it?
84-year-old guy said it makes him happy, so why not do it?
Stuart, would you
and it's an
ever-
easy way
would you-
to earn money for him, so he hasn't been living very well.
Thank you for interrupting me. That added nothing
Sorry.
to the discussion. Stuart, would you ever pose naked for money?
No, I don't think so.
Even if you were your young self?
Yeah, even if I was my young self. Yes, because I look no better younger than I do now, so.
You only look about 12 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
What about you, Autumn? Do you
What?
think that it is an embarrassment to pose naked, or do you think that you are actually embracing something much deeper?
I don't think it's an embarrassment. That doesn't mean that I personally would do it myself, but I don't think what he's doing is any cause for shame.
How much would it take to get you in the studio?
I don't think I would do it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll bargain afterwards, because let's move on to the next story.
都不是一个很失败的干部，在平常的
Okay, what is the relevance of this guy making, unmaking a bed and doing whatever else? Liu Yan, yes, you have buzzed in. Who is he?
This is a 38-year-old township official from Sichuan province, and he is on this dating show called If You're the One.
Okay, that's also a film, isn't it, Stuart?
It is, yes.
What is it in Chinese, He-young?
非诚勿扰.
Okay, who directed it?
From
Fu Xiaogang.
Xiaogang.
Oh, it's almost like it's like fate, isn't it? They should be together. Okay, why is this man being criticised, Autumn?
He's being criticized because some people think that he was on this show for reasons other than finding a girlfriend.
Okay, so if he'd been there just to bone, it would have been okay, but he's there for other reasons. Liu Yan, you in rehearsal were very quick to tell us why he's being criticised.
Because
Would you please tell us now?
because he kept talking about like all his work stuff, so that people would get the impression that he is somebody. He's
Mr.
quite
Big.
important. Yeah, Mr. Big. Well, if the purpose of the show is to find a girlfriend for him, then he should talk more about his personal stuff, which he didn't.
Okay, moving on to the topic of 1984, tell us about Big Brother.
Well, I think it's used very differently in this context because he said that his boss, so the higher level of official,
That's what a boss usually is.
official because he works for the government, and it actually introduced him to girlfriends, and it didn't work out. But it just
He referred to him as Big Brother, right?
yeah, and he referred to
But the relationships didn't work out, possibly because they were all KTV girls.
He said
Yeah.
that he was a failure on this show due to his age and the fact that he lived in a rural rural area.
Oh, so you think that the girls were too snobby, or he thinks the girls were too snobby to be with him?
Well, that's his.
Let me just ask
intimation.
He Young, as our resident Chinese girl. Autumn, I'll be with you in a minute, but you're
Okay.
American, so unfortunately, question not for you. He Young,
Yep.
would you turn down a lad, a young man, a potential boyfriend, ring-a-ding-ding, if he came from the countryside and dressed in that way?
I have no problem with the way he dresses himself because I see colleagues dressed like that all the time, and I have nothing against that.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Yeah. And
Have you?
Oh, your face. Okay, carry on.
well, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But preferably, we'd be living in the same city, so it'd be easier to date.
Okay, you could probably live together.
Maybe not at this moment.
Okay, young and moral, that's what we like. What about you, Autumn? What do
Yeah.
you think about this man coming from the countryside? Do you think it's a downer?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you don't sound so offended. No!
I don't
Take
think
it so
so.
seriously. Okay.
Sorry. I don't think that's a downside for his argument. I don't know. I just think that maybe that would be bad for some people, but I think if he
Are you really
had...
sad? You're looking down. You're like, oh,
no, I just think that if maybe his personality had been a good match for other people, that might not have mattered so much.
He'll be okay. His email address goes at the end of the
Yeah.
show.
Are you gonna email him?
Well, I already have. Lots of people emailed them apparently. All
Okay.
these eligible bachelors.
Let me just ask Liu Yan, would you ever appear on a show like this in order to find a mate?
Never in a million years.
Okay, that
I
pretty
think
much
this type
answers
of
that.
show is very silly, and also I think a lot of girls tend to be gold diggers.
Oh dear, okay. Oh, He Young's got something to say, yeah, what is it?
Well, I don't think that. I kind of disagree. I'd still like to think that of course there are some girls who are on this show just to kind of perform.
Well,
but there are
also-
others who are actually looking for someone.
The thing I would like to say is that if these girls were hot enough, they'd have boyfriends already. Okay, let's move on to the final story, please. Okay, what's the relevance of this structure rising into the sky? Stuart Wiggin has hit the bell end. What is it?
This is a very tall spiral staircase.
Is there anything else to be said about this story, Stuart?
We could say where it is.
Go on then.
Where is it, He Yang?
It's in Taihang Mountain.
Okay, what province is that in?
Henan province.
And what country is Henan province in?
China.
It's about wrapped it up then, hasn't it? Okay.
I think it's about 300 feet tall as well.
Okay, that is another detail that we haven't included so far.
Yeah, we could
How many-
convert that into meters if we
please do. I'll do it on the iPad while we wait. Everyone just sit
Well,
there.
anyway, I mean, it's very tall and it looks very rickety, shoddy, maybe.
Are you saying that Chinese construction
No.
quality is piss poor?
I'm not saying that, but it just looks. I wouldn't want to go.
Does
to the
it
top.
look like it might detach itself from the cliff face and just topple over at any moment?
No, but it looks like it could buckle under pressure during
National
periods
Week
of
and,
during
Spring
National
Festival.
Week and Spring Festival and the Golden
Okay.
Holiday.
What
Yeah.
did the official that you quoted during rehearsal say about this?
He said you can use these stairs as an authentic way to
Tell
hike
the
the
audience.
mountain.
Tell the audience.
As an authentic way to hike the mountain, and he said. Part of the authentic feeling is the creaking sound you hear as you go up to the top.
You wouldn't want
That's
that.
delightful. There you go. You can hear your own impending death. Okay, again.
Yes.
I was going to ask you anyway if you didn't even need to use the bell. Let me move that away from you because
Okay.
it's a bit of a distraction. Okay, looks like a boob. Okay, would you ever walk up this thing?
No, I don't think so, because I have a problem with height in general.
You've got vertigo?
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's awful. What about you, Autumn? If you were given the opportunity to climb this glorious staircase, would you do it?
I don't think so. I've been to a lot of tourist destinations here in China, and a lot of times I feel that they're quite overcrowded, and I think a confined sort of stairwell like this would not be a very pleasant experience.
Okay, it does seem particularly grim. And also, as I understand it, you go up and come down on exactly the same staircase, so people are going to be forcing their way into each other. It's not going to be long before a child slips through the gap and falls down.
It's also bad. Imagine if someone had a medical problem halfway up or 3/4 of the way up.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess it's
everyone-
because of
What
that
parachutes are
reason.
for? What?
They have. I guess it's because of that reason they have made it clear that it's not open to everyone.
Who is not allowed to go on it? Poor
Anyone
people.
above the age of 60.
Okay, anyone over 60 is not allowed. What about if you're really young?
They didn't say anything.
Probably
about
not
that.
allowed either.
Yeah, also heart and lung conditions, if you have a known one,
I've got a strong feeling that people will not declare that they have a heart and lung condition.
perhaps.
Excuse me, sir, are you healthy? No, I've got a lung condition. You can't go up. I don't think they'll do that. Stuart,
Yeah.
you healthy?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Liu Yan,
Very healthy.
that's not the point. You look healthy. You've got a glorious glow to you. I like,
Oh, really?
I like the way your skin looks today. You know, I like it every week actually.
It's only because I haven't been on the show for a while, so I'm very
Okay,
happy today.
Which is why you're glowing. What about you? Why do you look so sour?
Well, I don't look sour. I look happy today.
Okay, better than nothing. Okay.
It seems that the talk about the staircase has dried up, hasn't it?
It has. We've got to pad out time until the timer waves to me and we can stop talking. Autumn, anything you'd like to share while we fill up another 30 seconds?
I don't know. I just don't.
You
think
don't know. Okay, well, that's just about it then. Let's wrap it up because I've had enough. Let's find out in a very long-winded way whether people have had fun. Liu Yan, did you enjoy yourself today?
Tremendously.
And that's why you're shining. What about you, Autumn?
Yes, I did.
Okay, better than nothing. What about you, Spoon?
As always.
You going to take anyone back to Tropoya with you?
No.
Okay. And what?
Hoyang.
That's the one. Okay.
me.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm really happy now, but I have this report to finish later, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Okay, as if we care. Anyway, let's wrap everything up by telling you that if you want to check out the show on Weibo, it's down below. And if you want to email in with any comments at all, anything, please also write in down below. This week's prize is the boob-like bell, which goes to Liu Yan. There you go. Have a good play with it. And we'll see you next week for more C4. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.